I'm Graham Birchall. I'm Managing Director of Chills International Limited. Chills International, we make branded chemical cleaning products. We're competing, say, with major multinational companies with far bigger spends than us. It's a tough market, but we feel confident in taking on that market because of the quality of the design. And when we put these packs on the table, people notice them, and that's the first thing they comment. These are fantastically designed products, and that's got us onto shelf. So at the moment we are supplying into Ireland, into Kenya and into Denmark, but we're also looking at other European countries such as Austria. We're also looking at further afield at places like Australia, and indeed we're starting some early discussions looking at the Far East. We were at that time in the early, around 2003, we're looking to make a step change as a business. We had various issues. We were trying to compete with major supermarkets. We are essentially a small company. At that time we were employing around 25 people. We were turning over just over £1 million, but we were competing with the big boys and trying to get into supermarkets. So we didn't really know what we were going to let ourselves in for, but having then been immersed literally into the design and the opportunities, we at that time put our crown jewels on the table, which was our Buster brand, which is an unblocking, plug-hole unblocking brand that is supplied, say, through the major supermarkets. We ended up using a large agency, far bigger than we perhaps would have considered in the early stages, and perhaps would have thought they were too big for us. But we worked with them, and we built a fantastic relationship with them, which continues today, and they are still very much our brand custodians for Buster. We decided that we would put that on the table as a design process, and we invested at that time the equivalent of a year's profit. Now, we were a much smaller company then. That was about £40,000–50,000 that we committed. So it was a big step. What we needed as a payback from that was to get at least one major supermarket to list at least one extra product. I mean, the payback has been immense. It's paid back many times over in terms of profit, and it has allowed us to develop the business far beyond our expectations at that time. We can evaluate it really in terms of our sales, just purely the amount of profit from incremental profit that we've got as a result of that design, getting us increased sales, increased margin, and more importantly, increased distribution. But importantly, the process also has helped us to change and develop the culture of the business in total. And we are, as a business, are completely committed to design, and I would say a design-led business. Whilst we're still a small company, we tackle big problems, and we're not afraid of tackling big problems. We're not afraid of competing with major multinational companies who have significantly bigger spend than us, and companies not only in this country, but now progressively companies in other countries. And I think we can do things that even the big multinationals can't, because we're probably more nimble, more entrepreneurial in our approach. One of the benefits of design, if you get it right, it's not something it's just for today, it's also for tomorrow. And we coming into the recession, like any companies, you're concerned, you'd have to take decisions, but we've continued to grow through the recession, and that growth really has been on the back of design initiatives.